Peace, peace, peace. You see dead people, I see divergences. We are not the same. Confluence is king. Let's see if we can find it. June 29th, 2026. Today is Monday. Oh my god, who cares? Just another day. Call this one Feel Good because it made me feel good about myself. A musician trapped in a uncertified technical analyst's body. Oh my god, now get to the analysis. Here's your Bitcoin. Let's go to the other chart. I mean, we need 59,600 to hold. Clearly, this is lagging. Way better. Here's your Bitcoin, bro. Need the orange line zone to hold. Clearly it has many times. However, and you do have some freaking volume coming in here too. I mean, maybe Bitcoin could see some upside, maybe you got a possible double bottom. The RSI is possibly diverging up into the price action. I mean, it's a good start. It's not perfect, so why is it a word? I don't know. But, your measured move, top to the bottom of the structure, all I did was take it and drag that over here. See that? It's perfect. You see that? It's where it broke out. Now we're looking at a double bottom, a possible double bottom. Your alts are going to follow. Bitcoin. Always have, always will, until alt season. You might have some possible divergence on the RSI. Let me get that beat back. Put my DJ in a coma for letting the record skip. Letting the record skip. We gotta wait for today's close to see if the MACD actually closes with some negative, positive momentum. It's early. Still got 8 hours until it close. So, I mean, a person could take a shot on Bitcoin the longer it holds here. Tight stop. Tuco Salamanca would say tight, yeah. Just like Ethereum, I put this out the other day, tight stop. At the measured move of a structure, possible double bottom, right? Your neckline probably be up here, right? Boom. You might have yourself a double bottom. It's doing the same thing as Bitcoin's doing. I personally do not feel like there are new market participants in the crypto space, regardless of the clarity nonsense. I like the charts, and that's it. But like Bitcoin, you have possible bullish divergence at a possible inflection point looking left. That's why it's drawn. Where's my delete button? Right there. You could go all the way out. I mean, the price has reacted here in the past. The major inflection point was up here. And if you lose that, you're looking for 1397. You lose that, you're looking for a G note. I mean, I'd actually like that. If you know, you know. Anyway, crypto gonna follow Bitcoin no matter what. Solana seems to still be getting upside. I mean, if this thing breaks 74.80, You know, you see a break and a retest. Maybe it'll retest here. Something like that. You could take a shot. Pretty sure this is all because of that ANSEM token. Here's your stablecoin dominance. I mean, you lose that 9. See, we have the opposite here of Bitcoin. Now you have possible maturing bearish divergence on stablecoin dominance. On Bitcoin, you have possible bullish divergence maturing. So there's your confluence. It's possible though, right? Like we gotta wait for that little candle there to mature. See where today closes. It could just start building and stablecoins go. If stablecoins, what the fuck? If stablecoins go, I mean, the crypto market's gonna get wrecked. What else does it do? For now, it just gets wrecked. Cool, there's your crypto. Guess we could look at total. Total looks like Bitcoin, right? Take your measured move of a structure from the top to the bottom, and you hold down the control button and you move it to the breakout, and look at that. There's your measured move. Clearly buyers stepped in after the breakdown. There wasn't even enough demand in the crypto market to get back up to bearishly retest. Have fun with your crypto. I don't know what's going to happen. I can't act like I know what's going to happen. I just read charts. It's not like I sit and look at charts all day though, bro. I use alerts. Here's your DXY. I mean, I'm going to zoom out on this a little bit. Bam. Looks like Wyckoff accumulation. However, you know, we got to the top of a range. I got alerts everywhere because I want to know where the DXY is. We lose that 9. Say we lose that 9 and come up and, like, you know, the 9 comes and starts and curls and we break down and retest it. I mean, if the dollar gets weaker, we should see some upside in the stock market still. However, I use the DXY to get confluence right now. I mean, being at the top of a range, yeah, we could have some downside. Could draw this. Oh my God, sir, I drew a line. I don't know why the price action didn't react to it. Could come all the way down to that trend line. Just gonna leave it there. Just gonna leave it up there. Like Sidney Dean and White Men Can't Jump. Just gonna leave it up there. We'll see what happens. There's your DXY. Let's look at oil. The Earl. Almost a gap fill. So close. I mean, I might even move that down to the candle close there. Right? There's just orders, you know, in this area that haven't been filled. And that's it. Don't know if it's going to happen. It's just another idea of technical analysis. We have already retraced to the 786, right? 78.6% retrace from the low to the high. Double click, get rid of those. How did I get it? I will remove the fib for you, and I will show you this low to this high. We are measuring this downside from the low to the high. That's how I use it. That's how everybody uses it, but that's how you should use it. And then if we were to measure, say we got like a bounce and we started to see some upside, how would you use the fib to get upside targets? You would do the same thing, except you would start from the top and go to where the bottom is. Right? And then you have your upside Fibonacci targets. Maybe I'll make some educational videos for now. Google Gay is your #1 tool. Here's your SPX 500 futures. Possible diamond top. This bottom line got respected on Friday. Gapped up last night. Here's that 9, right? That 9. You flip that 9, we're going to the top, which could be very possible to retest. Right here. Anybody chatting today? Oh my goodness. Talk to you soon there. For now, we must assume that the price action stays inside the pattern until it doesn't, right? It's just a pattern, sir. I drew a line. I don't know why the price action did not bounce. But your possible measured move, I used basically, you know, from here to here. I just measured that. That's how I got my measured move. It's not the most perfect diamond in the world, but, you know, if it was to be a diamond and it broke to the downside, it's confluent with the 200 and old resistance. What was resistance becomes support. What was resistance becomes support. What was the ceiling becomes the floor. Never forget that. Don't know what's going to happen. I won't act like I know what's going to happen. Here's your nasty NAS. I mean, it kind of looks the same as the SPX, but got to break this here. Right here. Got to break it. For now, I'm going to put an alert on it. We'll see what happens. I'll let you know in the Discord. I do have some personal engagements that I need to attend to, especially Wednesday. I'll be gone most of the day. A dear friend passed. Gotta take care of it. Here's your Russell 2000 futures, right? I said always assume the price action stays inside the pattern, right? Until it doesn't. Possible resistance. We have to assume that it's gonna move to the bottom. I mean, it could make sense to come here, retest support and the diagonal trend line. You could probably go like that, get it way out. You know, it's one level at a time. It's just analysis, bro. Don't get mad if it doesn't happen. We don't use technical analysis to predict where the price action is going. We're using technical analysis to find places to manage our risk and find a better than 50-50 shot of up or down. We are trying to construct an argument. Take small losses if you lose, big gains if you win, right? So say you could short at a supply line, right, which is usually the top line. A resistance line is called a supply line because it's where the supply comes back into the market and pushes the price down. The bottom line would be a demand line where demand could come in. Support, resistance, supply, demand. Bam. But you know, you see it come up to a demand line, or sorry, a supply line, you put a stop loss right over it, and hopefully you ride and you get that downside. You get stopped out, we're going to another high anyway. Minimal losses, maximum gains if you win. Here's your Dow. What? This thing's like a major breakout watch, but technically, I mean, maybe I could do that. Yeah, we could do that. I mean, see, this thing's at... Jeez, kind of just changed. My thesis just changed. Because now we're on the heart line. But if you draw or mark that, we are trying to break that. I mean, you're still kind of diverging too on the Dow Jones. You have a, you know, it's been running up for so long, you know, you could probably put a stop loss here and maybe you'll get some downside. You know, you get stopped out if you take minimum losses if you get stopped out. If the market rolls over, you get maximum gains. You don't want to be longing something this high up. You got a possible gap down here, right? Unfilled orders right here. Just another argument for some downside, but you know, Mr. T could come out and say, hey, we just made the next best thing since sliced bread, and every stock in the Dow Jones is part of it, and they all go flying. I don't know what's gonna happen, bro. Let's look at some chats. AIIO gave it out to you guys at what, 3 something? Congratulations, I love you. Get that money, motherfuckers. Scale out. You never know when it's going to pull back. Do not let a winning trade turn into a break even or a loss. However, I guess I could make another line here because of this candle. It's on major breakout watch again. Look at how fast the price can move over this level. Straight to 636, straight to 914. I mean, that's a job for damn, son. Tempest AI, major breakout watch. I mean, it kind of looks like a double bottom, right? Double bottom, possible double bottom. Everything is possible until confirmed. When is it confirmed? So when you see a breakout of the neckline and a retest, the biggest group of bulls are waiting for that retest, and when it retests, it'll happen fast. Put a stop loss below it, hopefully ride it to the measured move. However, you have this diagonal white line. You could get a move back down to retest that. Maybe the bulls are waiting here. Obviously, there is such thing as a triple bottom. I don't know what's going to happen. For now, it's just on major breakout watch. I have alerts. If it breaks out, we will see it. LAES, you still got a possible 3 rising valleys with hidden bullish divergence, reclaiming this support level. Could even wick down just to get that gap. See that gap there, right here? Could wick down, fill orders, stop everybody out. Be a good place to get in and put a stop loss under that. I'm already in it. I don't have a stop loss. I bought calls that expire in the middle of July. And that's it. But you have a possible 3 rising valleys with hidden bullish divergence, right? You have a low and a lower low, and then on the price action you have the opposite, right? They're pointing away from each other on the bottom. You see that? That is hidden bullish divergence, implying a continuation to the upside. It's not perfect. Nothing is perfect. I don't know why it's a word. However, you could see a lot of upside if this thing resolves, especially if it broke the 200, $4. Mobile eye crossing horizontal ray. Let's check it out. From the low to the high. Must have already got that alert. I didn't see it. Don't care anymore. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. Now I want to know when it gets up to here. That's it. I don't sit and look at charts all day, bro. I use alerts. What else? What else? What else? What else? I mean, look at this. Track the supply company, possible inverse head and shoulders. Where? at a possible inflection point. You'd obviously want to wait for a breakout. You know, you want to wait for a breakout. Bam, buy the retest, put a stop loss, take your shot. But an inverse head and shoulders is a momentum shift. You have a low, a lower low, a possible higher low, so hopefully higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? That's the purpose of that. That's what a head and shoulders or an inverse head and shoulders is looking for. You'd want to wait for the breakout, protect yourself under 3180. That's it. But look at that stick of volume. 4 million in volume. You know, it's a nice little structure. Little, very little. You could probably mark this right here. You could probably mark this right here. Again, we're trying to find places to manage risk appropriately. That's it. But that is a momentum shift structure. Nothing is certain except death and taxes if you pay your taxes. GTLB. I mean, you got a possible, right? Spring back test, right? Here's a low, marked it. Buyers or sellers lost it, but the buyers came in and they came back in right there. There's your spring back test. You could get in, put a stop loss 24.70, or you could wait for a break of 30 bucks with volume. You want to see the volume come in. That tells you that the rest of the market sees it. And I mean, I guess I could run a fib probably from here. Some targets for you. But you want to look where the price has reacted in the past inflection points. That's where traders are going to take profit. Don't forget, traders take profit. It's a trader's market right now. And hopefully we find the rotation. Pretty simple. I mean, that thing is just waiting to break that. Be watching this. I'll put an alert at 27. I'll put an alert at 31.50. And then you're just waiting for a breakout. You're waiting for that. Buy the retest. Put a stop loss below it. Take your chances. Manage your position size. So if you do get stopped out, nobody cares. Thousands of assets. Long, short. I mean, shit, you could probably do that. Maybe that was the retest. Another job for damn, son. Put a stop loss at 24.68. Take your chances. F-Sell. Gave this to you guys a while back. Told you any pullback into the teens was a good buy. Looks like the market recognized that. And this thing, let's go to the weekly. I mean, bro. You see how high this has been in the past? I don't know what's going to happen. The lights could go out and none of this will matter, if it even matters now. Enough life experience will say, yeah, this stuff doesn't matter. For now, F-Sell weekly major breakout watch. This thing breaks the weekly 200. Look for that retest of 30 bucks. Damn. F-Jet. Daily. Look at that. Gave it to you yesterday, day before, and it's starting to go. $6. Bam. I'm going to get this video out to you guys. If you are still watching, I really appreciate you tuning in and dealing with my dry humor and my sarcasm. Peace, love, and llama. I got a Discord, bro. There's all types. I post charts all day, whatever. It's a tip chart, whatever. Just getting going. I love this stuff. I'm gonna do it anyway. I got a Substack. You can join the Discord through this Substack. It'll give you the link, or you can DM me to pay in crypto. Peace, love, and llama. It's my computer keyboard. What do you want from me? Peace, love, and llama. We out.